Good morning, everybody. This is Jake with Bricks and Minifigs here again, and we are continuing on with our Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, also known as the Black Pearl. So what we're doing now is we're actually putting together the rigs for the cannons. They move in and out, which I really didn't think was going to work as well as it does as I was building it or before I was building it, because the instructions just looks unrealistic. Kudos to all the engineers who get these things and make them possible. So as you'll notice, you'll actually see that these things still move really easily. And this next bag is actually building the floor and the galleys to maintain the functionality of those mounts for those cannons. It's actually really cool. Check out and see how it does. So at this point, it's kind of cool because they actually have you build the cannons while you're building the floor as well. So you get to build the mounts, all that stuff, and then as you're building these cannons, which by the way was very confusing at first, you get to actually see the functionality, which is awesome. Then you get to see the substrates go in, all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. Being able to see the actual like ship come to life and the cannons come to life in this ship was really cool. You couldn't help but play with it every once in a while, just to see how all these mechanisms work together. There were some parts where we thought maybe they were going to stick together just because you're building over the top of these mounting areas, but the way they used the flats and everything made it work fantastic. Now, the only thing I can really complain about with this part isn't really a complaint. It just gets very monotonous. It's kind of repetition, no different pieces or anything like that. The strategy to this part was just to make sure it gets completed and uniformly. Now, something you don't really notice too much while looking at this view is that you're also building the walls along with it. So you're repeatedly going through this floor, you're going through the walls, but then you start coming about the top or next floor to this, to the cabin and to the deck. It's actually really cool how this works out. So to keep these videos kind of short, we're doing that in sections. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Part 3 will be out very, very soon, and we hope to see you there.